Hello, good afternoon, and good morning. I'm LaKendra Tooks, and it's time for Tooks Takes. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Well, to me, it's the most wonderful time of the year because it's the wonderful time of the year before the actual wonderful time of the year where we have so much Bravo right now. Like, okay, so we got today on Tooks Takes, we've got the Real Housewives of Orange County Reunion Part 2. We've got Ep 2 of Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. The Salt Lake City trailer was just released. We're gonna get Salt Lake City back in a hot second. We're getting Roni back. I mean, I'm not excited about that one, but they're even airing the Real Housewives of London on Bravo right now, y'all. We are being fed, and I'm full. I'm stuffed, but I'm happy. This is what I like. This is what I want. It's like Real Housewives of Orange County. Who cares? I saw another clip. They're doing the same old shenanigans, zip lining across the Grand Canyon. Now, why would you have a bunch of 50-year-old ladies doing that? I don't want to see my mama zip lining across anything. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What's going on over there? Clearly nothing. If we're doing more ziplining, like they already have footage of Vicki ziplining from a long time ago. We got a lot going on right now, but first, let's talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta reunion part 2. Okay, now, we begin with, because we left off last week with the little scuffle between K. Michelle and Shamea. And y'all know, it's like we love Shamea. We want the best for Shamea. But y'all know how I feel. Y'all know I feel that she, should depart the show and go home to her amazing husband. But now let's talk about the mamas, because the mamas are being discussed a lot here on this program. Because remember, K. Michelle was talking about how she hung out with Shamea and her mom at 2 o'clock in the morning at the hookah lounge, and her mama was dropping it like it's hot. And so Shamea is like, no, that's not true. And I'm like, and apparently too, y'all, they had a dinner off camera where K. Michelle had to hop up and start banging on that table. We're lucky she didn't flip it over, but she's banging on that table saying, you're gonna stop lying. You're gonna stop all this lying. She's a Southern woman. When a Southern woman has to tell you to stop all that lying, you better stop all that lying. Because you're going to catch a lot. She's going to make a beeline for your temple next. That is what is going to happen. So I feel like Shamea and K. Michelle were getting into it. Screechy Kelly is just right in the middle of it, literally and figuratively. And I feel bad because I'm like, Shamea, honey, in this cast of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, baby, you are running low on friends. If K. Michelle is trying to be your friend and be loyal and be there for you, you need to hold on to her. Because all you've got is K and Kelly. That's it. The other couch is not checking for you at all. So you need to be cool with K if you're going to stick around. Now, I know there's been a lot of rumblings and rumors about next season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Who's going to be on the cast? Who's coming back? Now, y'all know we got a little taste of NeNe leaks on Ep 1 of Ultimate Girls Trip. I was thinking about this, you guys. I was pondering, should NeNe come back to The Real Housewives of Atlanta? Now, y'all know the powers that be at Bravo, the powers that be that Phaedra called about Pinky, the powers that be clearly listen to Tooks Takes because they do be listening to us and they do what we say. So I'm thinking about it, should NeNe come back or should she come back in what capacity? Should she have her own separate spinoff? I kind of wouldn't mind that. Okay, so K. Michelle is like, you gonna stop this lying. You ain't gonna make me look crazy like these other women are trying to make me look crazy. And I get it. We've been talking about how K. Michelle's been paranoid. I really hope K can just relax, before next season rolls around. The ladies are going back and forth. They're talking about mamas. Apparently, Shamea's mom called Porsha a Jezebel. Now, what is it about Atlanta? We're always having mama drama on Atlanta, okay? Remember back in the day, Mama Joyce, Candy's mama, Mama Joyce took her shoe off. She was ready to throw her shoe. And in the bridal dress shop, she's ready to throw a shoe. I'm like, Mama Joyce, calm down. calm down. I mean, Mama Joyce was, now Candy, I don't want to say anything negative about Candy's mama because I know how Candy gets about her mama. That's my mama. Y'all can say what y'all want, but that's my mama. And I feel her on that. I feel like everybody feels that way about their mama. So I get it. But Mama Joyce used to be inserting herself into the mix. Like, remember when she kept telling Phaedra that some guy wanted to blow her the F up? Do you remember that? And she was like, he said he was coming to your office to blow you the F up. Like, we've had some mama drama on Atlanta, but I feel like Shamea's mom, like, leave her out of this. If she wants to drop it like it's hot at the hookah lounge, if she wants to do whatever she wants to do, that's fine. But even Andy is like, listen, can we keep the mamas out of this? Let's keep the mamas out of this. Let's talk about business, because on part 2 we get a lot of a little background about Pinky. Okay, now we know Pinky as she has her restaurant, the Slutty Vegan. Now I'm not a vegan. Okay, I'm the opposite of a vegan. I love meat. I love meat. I love eggs. I love butter. So being a vegan is not God's plan for me. But I was slightly familiar with the Slutty Vegan brand prior to Pinky joining the show. Now, she did sadly have to file a bankruptcy. I've never had to file bankruptcy. I'm a newbie in the business lady world. So I've never had to do that, but I do feel bad because I get it when you go on a show like this, because the ladies are giving Pinky a hard time. They're like, you seem really flippant about the bankruptcy. And it's like, I hate that when it's like, okay, just because I didn't respond the way you think I should respond, especially like on camera, like on social media, like, maybe she's on social media. Like, who wants to sit there and be on camera crying about a bankruptcy the whole season? Nobody wants that. Like, I don't know if they wanted the girl to just sit there and be like, boo-hoo, bankruptcy. I don't know, but it's just like, she went through, that's hard. Starting a business, then having the business fail, having all these things happen. Pinky has been through a lot, okay? She was with a woman for 3 years. Okay, so in part 2 of the reunion, we finally get Miss Cheekbones, Cynthia Bailey. Now, y'all know Cynthia's got a new boyfriend. Well, they've been together for a little while now. His name is Le Prince. He is a musician. And ladies, now, I have a very strict no musicians policy. Like, I don't want to date a musician unless you're John Mayer, unless you are Ursha, and unless you're, like, really somebody, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in, like, trying to date an up-and-coming musician. But, Cynthia's got it going on. She's got her guy, Le Prince. So I did not know, y'all, that she's actually featured in one of his songs. And it's a banger, y'all. And then the beat drops, and it's like, doo. Now, what else is going on? Yes, I love that for you, Cynthia. Cynthia. I love to see Cynthia happy. She doesn't want to marry this guy. Because sometimes, especially when you reach a particular age, if you don't want to have any more kids, you've already got your money. I want to get married still because I want to have a family. But, like, Cynthia's already lived that life, and she's already been married. Like, now she could just enjoy her dude, and I love that for her. I love that for Cynthia Bailey. She deserves that because she's beautiful. She's beautiful. And I love just having Cynthia's energy there. She's got that really sweet, calming energy. Listen up. Let me tell you something. I did not realize until recently, your air can be so gross, even when your house looks clean. There's all kinds of dust, pollen, pet dander, smoke, smelly smells, all of that just floating around in the air while you're trying to relax, kick back, watch a little bit of Housewives, do a little online shopping. No, ma'am. That is why I've been using my Jasper, and let me tell y'all, this is not just another air purifier situation. Jasper is an air scrubber. It's designed to actually clean the air on a whole other level. And honestly, I noticed the difference immediately. My space feels fresher. I wake up less congested. It just gives luxury wellness energy. And if you spend a lot of time at home like I do, let me tell you something, homebodies. This is one of those upgrades that actually feels worth it. Go to jasper.co/tooks and use code TOOKS at checkout to get 20% off. That's JASPR.co/TOOKS, code TOOKS. Now let's talk about this little altercation between Phaedra and Pinky, because I thought Phaedra and Pinky were like cool all season. So I was kind of surprised to see them kind of going at it a little bit, kind of going tit for tat with each other, because now I don't know, y'all. It sounds like Phaedra felt the need to kind of tattle on Pinky because I don't know. I'm like, is Pinky packing? Because they were not, like, Pinky was being very vague about it, but she's like, well, Phaedra, you called the powers that be on me, saying that and it sounded like she's talking about, it sounds like she's talking about weapons. I couldn't tell. It sounded to me that she was alluding to talking about weapons. Can you say guns? Are you allowed to say guns? I don't know. I don't know if we're allowed. Can I say guns? It sounds like Phaedra called the powers that be because she thinks Pinky's packing. And I'm like, come on, Phaedra. Now listen, me and my girlfriends, me and all the people I love, we might joke around about violence. If I find out that somebody's been mean to one of my friends, I'm like, I'll kill him. But I'm not gonna actually kill him. I might talk about stuff, but it's all talk, So I'm wondering, I'm like, how did we miss that? Pinky's like, yeah, I may not eat meat, but I carry some heat. And it's like, I mean, do I think that I don't think Pinky's dangerous. And it's like, Phaedra, why would you be calling the powers that be on anybody? Especially after what we all know that you did to Candy. Like, did anybody, I mean, I guess people did call the powers that be on you because you were off the show for a little while, but it's like, Phaedra, you don't need to be calling the powers that be on anybody. But so they're having their little moment here at the reunion, but Andy's like, at the end, he's like, so are you two good? And they're like, yeah, we're good. That's what just like, it's so funny to me with the Housewives, how they're just like, they go at it. And it's like, so are you guys good? Yeah, we're good. I was just at her house yesterday. I'm like, oh my God, you guys are so, you know what? This is why they're good TV. This is why they're good TV. And speaking of, I gotta really I gotta tip my hat to you, Porsha. Porsha, you have really I think Porsha is a Housewives success story. Because we have seen the evolution. We met her as this young, naive wife, and to see her now evolve, her look has evolved, her body has evolved, her sexual orientation has evolved. And I love that for Porsha. And I can tell, y'all know, you can always tell when Andy likes somebody, okay? I can tell Andy loves Porsha. He loves Phaedra. I think he really loves K. Michelle, too. I don't think he likes Kelly. And I don't think he really likes Shamea that much. I think he's tolerating Pinky. You know what I mean? And Drew, let's talk about Drew's performance this season. Because Drew she had a couple cute moments. But I don't know, you guys. Tell me what you think. I feel like Drew has been a little bit quiet this season. Even this reunion, really the only Drew mention we get is her kind of making fun of Pinky's casting call, which, Pinky's got Naturi Naughton for her show. Naturi Naughton is a big deal. Now, I'm not discrediting Drew's career either, because I was actually when you do take a look at Drew's IMDb, Drew has consistently worked since she was very young, which is amazing. So nothing to discredit Drew, but I also get it when you're in the union, like I am. Can I do, if a friend wants me to be in their project, sure. I can do it. However, once you reach a certain level, I do understand that you have to go through the proper channels, but it seems like, and Andy said this, there's a lot of jokes being misconstrued here. It's a lot of, you said this little thing, and then this little molehill gets turned into a full, the Himalayas, So even with the whole Angela and Shamea thing, because Angela and Shamea were cool. They went to the Bahamas together. They were cool. But then Angela got mad at Shamea because Shamea called her messy. And that started this whole fireball of, well, did you sleep with George? Are you effing George? Are you doing this? I know you're effing the Hawks and you're effing the Falcons. I mean, all of this stuff on poor Shamea. And it's like, Shamea's married. I guarantee you her husband hates this. I would not be surprised. I feel like if Shamea doesn't come back next season, it would probably be because Mr. Gerald told her, please get off that show. Because he is a businessman. He's not trying to be embarrassed with all of these shenanigans. Like, Shamea, I think, as much as I care about her, I do think she needs to hang it up. She needs to hang it up because I don't know why, like, when people are calling her a liar, I kind of believe it. Because I just feel like K. Michelle, and maybe I'm wrong here, I feel like I'm looking at K. Michelle, and I don't think K. Michelle is a liar. I mean, maybe we should hook her up to a lie detector. Maybe we should hook her up to a lie detector because Porsha said, look, I'm doing my own lie detector test. Now, they didn't hire an actor like they did last season on The Real Housewives of Orange County. They hired a real lie detectress. And he said that Porsha was telling the truth about Kelly sleeping with the married man. Now, who knows, okay? So Porsha claims that somebody told her, hey, I just slept with Kelly. Who does that? What man sleeps with Kelly and then wakes up in the morning and is like, let me tell Porsha, So that's kind of strange to me. But also, I just love the shenanigans of it all. Like, yes, do a lie detector. Like, do it. More lie detectors on Housewives, please. More lie detectors in life. Like, hook them up. Strap them up, real. Have a lie detector at every reunion going forward. Have a lie detector on standby, on call. Like, I don't know. The lie detector determine that's a lie. Maury Povich, where you at? Maury Povich, we need you at Bravo. Are you retired? Miss Connie Chung, let Maury out the house. Let him start doing all the lie detectors on Bravo. Because we do have some liars in the mix, but being a little delusional, having a, interesting relationship with the truth, these are great qualities in a housewife. So yeah, I think we just need to have we need a lie detector. The lie detector determined that Porsha was telling the truth, that some guy did say it, and then, okay, so apparently Phaedra knows about it too. So now, I mean, I don't know, Kelly, did you sleep with a married man on your way to the BET Awards or not? Like, I just need to know. Like, if you slept with a married man, tell us. Listen, hey, what happened at the BET Awards stays at the BET Awards. So if you did do it, because everybody's doing, let me tell you something. If my man tell me he's going to the BET Awards, I'm saying, no, you are not. Not without me. Not without me. Because I don't know what's going on the way to the BET Awards, but people are sleeping with married men. It's got to stop. You're going to stop that lying. You're going to close your legs to married men. NeNe, you're always all over you're always in the midst. See, that's why I'm like, do we actually need you back on the show? Because it's like your energy, your spirit is always there. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we're going to have part 3 of the Atlanta reunion. I love it. I love it when a season is good enough that we get 3 parts of a reunion. I'm sorry. If your reunion is only a 2-parter, that means your season was fine. But if your season was juicy, baby, we're getting 3 parts. So we'll be covering, of course, part 3 next week of the Atlanta reunion. But let's quickly talk about Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, okay? Because Vicki Gunvalson, now, I was excited for her to be back on Orange County. I know she's problematic, but, we all have our problematic faves. So Vicki's probably she's probably one of my problematic faves because she's problematic, but I still love her. I love that she's, committed to, she hasn't changed. People don't change. She's still Little Miss work, on the bus, on the way to the party. She's got her laptop open. And so Gizelle, y'all know Gizelle's always going to stir it up. She's going to stir it up. Neck is going to stir it up. So she goes to Vicki, and she's got her cornered. I love this too. In the Sprinter van. That's the best time to have a fight with somebody. When we're confined to the Sprinter van, you can open your laptop, you can close your laptop. Either way, we're having this conversation, Vicki Gunvalson, because Gizelle's like, Vicki, why did you go tell Lisa that I said this to Tamra about you? And then Vicki's like, why are you even getting involved? I don't want to talk about this. I'm just going to work. I have work to do. And all the ladies are like, man, we should have just filled out her life insurance applications. Then maybe she would talk to us. That was so funny. I'm loving Ultimate Girls Trip, by the way. Like, Housewives All-Stars, like, we need it all the time. So this episode of Ultimate Girls Trip, you guys, is actually kind of sad because it's Mauricio and Kyle's 30th anniversary, but they're divorced. I mean, when you're divorced, you don't call up your ex and say happy anniversary, right? So I just feel bad for Kyle because, I was sad. If you guys go back in time to when I used to host Reality Check, when Kyle and Mauricio were going through their separation, dude, I was sad. I felt like it was like my parents or something like that. And speaking of anniversaries, actually this week is my parents' anniversary. Happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. My parents have now been married for over 40 years. My mom says, just say over 40 years. Because, we don't like to be y'all be doing the math too hard. So we're just going to say my parents have been married for over 40 years, which is amazing. Such an accomplishment. My parents have been together since they were 15. They're high school sweethearts. And I'm the completely opposite end of the spectrum from them because I could not be more single and they could not be more married, So happy anniversary, Mommy and Daddy. You guys are an inspiration to me, sticking it out. At this stage of the game, for me, y'all already know, I don't like divorce. Vicki's telling Kyle, that she's still regretful about her divorce from Don. She famously said, God hates divorce. I mean, I don't know if God hates divorce. Everybody hates divorce. Divorce is awful. It's sad. It hurts the kids. It's like there's all this stuff. There's who gets the house and the money and the alimony and the child support. There's all of that. And then there's just the matter of your heart, your feelings. So I do feel bad for Kyle. And I feel bad for anybody who's had to go through a divorce, especially when I don't know exactly, we still don't know. There's rumors, we don't know exactly what happened between Kyle and Mauricio. Maybe they grew apart. I mean, that scares me sometimes. Like me and my other single girlfriends, sometimes we think about it, it's like we want to get married so bad, but it's like so many people get divorced, like everyone in this Sprinter van is divorced except Lisa Barlow. And then they had I thought this was a little shady. The cryon was a little shady because it said still married to her first husband. Now, let me tell you something, Lisa and John Barlow. Y'all better stay together forever. You guys are the baby gorgeous Barlows. Y'all got to stay together forever. Please. I'm not going to be able to handle it because I could barely handle it when Kyle and Mauricio broke up. If Lisa and John Barlow break up, y'all, I'm not going to be able to take it. So anyway, now, I was trying to do my little rhyme earlier. Okay, so we got Gizelle, GZ, is having it out with Vicki, VG, who's then having it out with Teresa, TG. So we got GZ versus VG versus TG. Because Gizelle's mad at Vicki, but then Teresa's like, oh yeah, I'm mad too. Teresa has to process things. She has to process things. And I'm like that sometimes too. Like in the moment, maybe I don't get it, but then I'll think about it the next day and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I don't like that you said that. So, of course, Teresa's had a little time to process. She doesn't like how Vicki was judging her about her little situation with the law, and it was a while ago. She had to go away. And she didn't like that. But guess what? They're housewives. They're going to hash it out in the back of the Sprinter van, and then they're all going to drink a little champagne and call it a day. So as we know, on this season of Ultimate Girls Trip, we're celebrating 20 years of Housewives. So they're on tour, okay? They started out in Orange County. Now they are in Beverly Hills, Kyle's town. In this town, this is how we do it. So they're in Beverly Hills right now. I love getting all the Beverly Hills flashbacks. I love getting the flashback of Erica Jane saying, Tom was involved in a car accident, and then, my son was there, and then it was snowing in Pasadena. I love Beverly Hills, I love seeing the ladies get together for a little Beverly Hills reunion. Oh, I also wanted to talk about Luann and her man. Luann, I love this new relationship for her. Like, we only got to meet him on the phone, but Luann, I like this guy for you. He's European. He's a handsome older gentleman. I love that for you, Lou. That's what you deserve, Lou. Let me tell you something. You cannot celebrate 20 years of Real Housewives and go to Beverly Hills and not have an ugly leather pants luncheon. Yes, I'm throwing an ugly leather pants luncheon. We can't talk about 20 years of Housewives without going to Sutton's house and having an ugly leather pants luncheon. Who made your leather pants? Name them. Name them. Who designed them? Name them. I love this. I love it. I'm having an ugly leather pants luncheon, and you guys better show up. You better have on your ugly leather pants, and you better tell me who Hunky Dory is. Period. We're celebrating 20 years of Housewives, guys. Where are they going next? So we've done OC, we've done Beverly Hills. Where to? Is it Atlanta next? I hope so. So we're loving Ultimate Girls Trip. I can't let you go without giving you my Tooks takeaway of the day. Today's Tooks takeaway is simple. Don't let anybody make you the butt of the joke. Because then it's like, wait a minute. Are you laughing with me or at me? Who wants to be laughed at? That's not cool. Especially when, without your consent. You know what I mean? Like, if we're going to joke, bring me in on the joke so that I can be in on the joke. Because first of all, I don't know about y'all, but I'm hilarious, okay? Let me in on the joke, because then whatever joke you got going on, I will make it funnier, baby. You're over here. You think you're being funny. Really what you're doing is being a douchebag. Can you be a funny? If you're going to be a douchebag, you better at least be funny. And if you're the only one laughing, baby, that's not funny. You're not funny. You're not going to make me the butt of the joke. And don't let anybody make you the butt of the joke. You know what I'm saying? That's what I realize even sometimes just within myself, y'all. You have to demand respect. In work, in business, in life. You got to demand respect. Because you're not going to be laughing at me, baby. You laugh with me or not at all. Because I will reach down in your throat and I will grab your laugh box and you ain't going to be laughing no more. And I'm going to have the last laugh. You know what I'm saying? Don't make me have to rip that laugh box right out of your throat. I know I never have to do that with the Kins Day crew because we're always having a good time. We're always laughing. We're having fun. We don't have to make anybody else the butt of the joke, okay? Why? Because we're confident. We're secure. We're decent human beings. I love that about us. Now, listen, y'all. I can't thank you enough. You are helping Tooks Takes become the #1 podcast on earth. Make sure you follow us on all the social medias. Like, comment, subscribe at LaKendra Tooks, at Tooks Takes. I love you, Ken's Day crew. Thank you so much for all your love and support. All of your love and support, especially in recent times. It means the world to me. It does not go unnoticed. The love does not go unfelt. And as always, I hope and pray that my light helps you find your light and you shine so bright. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.